إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثات بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I ask His help, His guidance and His forgiveness. I believe in Him and I trust Him. I seek refuge on Almighty Allah from the evil of our passions. Indeed, whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides him to Al-Islam, no one can mislead him after Allah, and whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him astray, no one can guide him after Allah. I testify openly that there is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah Rabbil Alameen, and I testify that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger and the seal of all the prophets. O Muslims, you must know that the best speech is the speech of Almighty Allah, which is the Quran. The best guidance is the course of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is his Sunnah. The worst of all affairs is innovation and addition to the religion of Islam. Indeed, every addition to the religion of Islam will lead to hellfire. I adjure you as well as myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the best of your ability. Fear Allah and don't die unless you are in a state of Islam. I'd like to welcome you all for continuation of our series concerning Alkabaaer, which means major sins. And inshallah, today we're going to be talking about one of these things that prohibited by Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it count to be one of the major sins which all Muslims have to avoid it and do their best to stay away from it by the will of Allah. And this concerning gambling or qimar. One thing, yes. Qimar is a word in Arabic, muqamara, gambling, playing what you may call it chance, taking a chance, and using money in this game. Whatever way people do it, okay, guessing, using certain things to, okay, like I hide something, okay, and you guess. If you guess, okay, you get $10. Okay, so now you put $1 here. So I am the person who have the owner of the game or the one who running the game. So now I have 3 cups as example, and I put a dollar under one of the cups, and now I shuffle the cups, and I said to you, if you know where is the dollar in what, under what cup, now you're going to get $10. Okay, and if you don't, you're going to give me $5. All right. So now any person who will come and they try to take a chance, he's going to pay $5. But if you get the right guess, you're going to get $10 or $20. Okay, whatever the rules of the game. This is what you call gambling. And Islam is want to teach us something, two things in this subject, that you need to sweat for the money. You need to make some effort. You need to benefit something, benefit somebody or benefit yourself. Islam doesn't want people to be lazy. And people, you understand, taking other people property uh, by sitting, making games, and they are not making any effort to struggle, to study, to learn, to teach, to buy, to sell, things like this. So now, but these people, they have these things already been prepared in their minds. They have the plans. They know with their tricks that maybe 50 people or 70 people are not going to know, because this is the training. How you going to hide this dollar under one of the cups? And you keep shoveling in front of the people, they don't know where. Or that you get about 10 pieces of thread, and you look from the mirror outside or the glass window, and you pick up one of this bundle of thread and you pull it. So, and if you pull the right one, it's going to come with what? With $100 or $50. But you need to pay in advance certain amount of money. Now, if you pull the wrong thread, you get nothing. So now I'm getting $10 from you. The other person will try, I'm getting $10, like this, okay? Maybe out of 10, one or two people will win. And they getting, okay, they pay $5, now they getting $10. So this is what you call gambling, taking a chance. Taking a chance. Uh, it have different methodologies, it have different ways. It is a game, okay? And it tricks and parts of the shaitan teaching people to be lazy and to take the property of others with no just cause. Both people who doing this are doing something forbidden, is not acceptable in Islam. If we look as example in Surah Al-Ma'idah, in Surah number 5 and verse number 90, you found Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us about the prohibition of such a thing. He's saying, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu. And you see how Allah starting the verse with what? A call on the believers. So if you are a true believer, you're going to adhere to the command of Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us, if you seriously are true believers, so adhere to this. He's saying what? إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون. Indeed, wine and arrow shoveling, idols, and dividing arrows, okay, are only abomination from the among the works of the shaitan. Okay? It is religious, it is impurity, it is dirty, it's not good. Okay? And it is a whispering of the shaitan. So Allah saying all these things that been mentioned about wine, gambling, idols, uh, divining arrows, all these things is from the steps of the shaitan. Try to make you fall into haram and sin, and bring about argument and dispute among the people. Say, rejisun, impure, abomination is something bad, okay, from the work of the shaitan. Fajtanibuhu, stay away from it. And Allah end the verse by saying what? لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ, so you can be successful. Allah wants us to be active. Allah wants us to be people who sweat to make money, not people, you understand, sit and relax and taking other people's money without just cause. He said, إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن سبيل الله عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون. Allah is telling us, Shaitan only desires to arouse hatred and enmity among you with khamr, arrow shoveling, and keep you from the remembrance of Allah. So Shaitan doesn't attend anything good for you. Why he giving you all this idea and all these games and all these things? Okay, he say all these things that the Shaitan distracting you from the remembrance of Allah and performing your prayer in time. فهل أنتم منتهون? Are you going to give it up? Are you going to listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Okay. Now we see that some people, they use different tricks and different methodology for gambling. But it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, the form. And as example, now they have this what you call lottery ticket. They have, as example, horses. And each horse has a number. And now before the game, it say, okay, which horse is going to win? And everybody you're going to put $10 or $100. Okay, you say horse number 5. You take a ticket. Same thing like you go in the grocery now and you buy this lottery ticket. And they put in all this money. Okay? And after this, among this 1,000 people, maybe 2 people winning. So in actuality, 2 people win, and you be taking a chance again and again and again and again, you understand? And every time you're losing, okay, $5, $5, $5. Allah knows best. You may stay all your life doing this and you did not even be a winner one time. So regardless you're going to be a winner or loser, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us that this is not good for us. All right? Muslims supposed to sweat, to work. Okay? Do something decent and something beneficial for him and his family and for his society. All right? Not to be sitting there, you understand, relaxing and try to get this money. Sometimes they may use different games. And I want to also, since we're talking about gambling, I want to talk about insurance, because insurance is a form of gambling. And I understand there is certain things that it must is that you have to have insurance. So now you are driven by a necessity. Okay? Somebody, as example, maybe live in Orangeburg and the job in Colombia. So he need to drive every day about 1 hour at least, come in an hour go. And there is no public transportation. Okay? So now you have here this company selling you insurance. All right? Okay, you're going to pay $100 every month or $70 every month if you got in an accident. So you see, if you got in an accident, now they will what? They will cover you. All right? So this is a form of gambling, taking a chance. What about if I never, okay, got in an accident? Okay? And you keep putting every month $100. So now $1,200 every year. But guess what? If you got in an accident, okay, after the first payment, now they're going to fix your car, which is a fixing cost, maybe $2,000. How did you get? Out of $100, you got, you understand, $1,900 additional. Or that you stay for 5 years with this company, paying $100 every month, and after 5 years they never made any accident, and what? All this money, they got it. So those people, you understand, smart enough to think and to understand how many times, how many accidents, and all these things, and they put this system of so-called insurance. They give insurance, life insurance, death insurance, car insurance, snow insurance, roof, your roof have insurance. All right? So now, if you are driven by necessity, this is something different. So the law says that if the police stop you and you don't have insurance, he will take you to jail. But there is no law telling you that you have to have a full cover of insurance, or that you have to have insurance against snow, against, you understand, breaking in, and all these things. So now, if I driven by necessity, and I have no public transportation, and I have no way for me to walk from Orangeburg to Colombia every day, by the time I reach Colombia, it's already 3 o'clock. Okay? You're supposed to be 8 o'clock in your job. And now, when by the time you go back to Orange, you are walking, if you make it, you're going to be, understand, it's time to come back to you. So now you've been driven by necessity. You don't have any other job, other choice. So now we can say to you, yes, you can hate it in your heart and only pay for what you call liability. Say, brother, this car costs, you understand, $40,000. So who asked you to go buy a car for $40,000? Why don't you buy a car, you understand, for $3,000, and this it? And whatever happened, alhamdulillah, mashallah, qadarallah ma sha'a fa'al. So we have to understand that, as the ruling of fiqh say, الضرورة تقدر بقدرها. Necessity to be dealt with it according what necessitate. So if you have same thing, you understand, like you go to the hospital and they tell we have to cut, you understand, this finger. But if it's an operation and the problem with the finger, why I'm going to cut my whole hand? So now the doctor will cut only the finger, not the whole hand. So the same thing when we fall into something that been imposed in us and we could not do other choice, now we go according the necessity, not going beyond this. Say, but brother, you understand, I'm a doctor. How I'm going to go to my work and drive in a car, you understand, that only $2,000-3,000. You see, so it's a showing off. So you try to match your other doctors. You're supposed to match your deen, not matching other people. All right? Because this fame and game is not going to help you in the day of judgment. You have to understand that, as the Prophet ﷺ said, dirhamun min al-riba, درهم من الربا يأكله الرجل وهو يعلم أشد من 36 زنية. One dirham, like say as example, $1, you gain it or given it, okay, out of usury or gambling, worse than committing adultery 36 times. You see, the riba is so serious. And this is, gambling is a form mixing with usury, all right? Because you gambling, you say a pain insurance, policy insurance. Yes, okay, you have a necessity by liability, and this is it. But if you understand, you make an insurance against snow, against, you understand, bad tire, against about, you understand, all these things, this is not allowable. I know, you understand, some people are not going to agree. And even you tell me Sheikh so and so and Sheikh so and so, I'm not worried about what is Sheikh so and so telling you. I'm worried about what Allah is saying, what the Prophet said. Is there a necessity? There is no necessity. And if there is a necessity, who says that you can spend and go beyond the necessity? So how to apply the ahadith and how you apply to the verse, and you have to be cautioned from what is haram. Anyways, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us in Surah number 2, verse 188, Do not eat up your property among yourselves in falsehood, in falsehood, with no just cause. Those people, they study economics and they know how to. Don't think these people who invented this insurance, they dumb or stupid people. They so smart. They have degree and they know how to make a story behind the money. Okay? They study and they know how many accidents, okay, every year, and how much is going to be spent and how much customers they need to bring. You understand? All these things, and they know, so they're doing it for a profit. They are not doing it because they care for you. They don't care. If you die or you get hurt or your car broken, or what it says, you're going to write you a check, and this it. So the whole thing is about how to make money. And people are not going to give you money for nothing, because what they benefit out of 100 people, maybe 20% they get in an accident. So what they spend on 20 people, they still have 80% for them to benefit. All right? So regardless whatever they benefit, not benefit, we have to be concerned we did not go into these things, because this is another form of gambling. Now, so the Prophet ﷺ said, وَإِنَّ رِجَالًا يَتَخَوَّضُونَ فِي مَالِ اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ حَقٍّ فَلَهُمُ النَّارِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. That some people indulging in the property of Allah without just causing, okay, by wrongful means, fire will be ordained for them in the day of judgment. Okay? The Prophet ﷺ say, if a person said to his Muslim brother, come, let us gambling, let him give in charity. That means you had commit sin only by saying, come, let's gamble. Okay? Only by saying, let's gambling, you commit sin. So the Prophet say, go and give in charity, so it will erase this mistake that you just made. Now, since we're talking about gambling, and one of the format is that they use what you call dice. Dice, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about, is very small rock that is even from every side, okay? You have a square, okay? You have one dot in this side and two dots in the other side, three, okay? This called nerdeshir, or they call dice. This dice, regardless if in gambling or out of gambling, you are not supposed to use it. Even children, Muslim children, they have some games and they have to use this to say, okay, move 3 steps. Okay, and your partner will take the dice and shake it like, and after this throw it. So number 6 comes in the top. So now he's going to take, and after this in the end, who will reach in top of the mountain first? Games. But the dice itself has been forbidden in Islam to be utilized in any form or shape. Doesn't matter if you're gambling or you making games to teach the children. This is wrong. All right? The Prophet ﷺ is saying in the authentic hadith, من لعب بالنردشير فكأنما صبغ يده في لحم الخنزير ودمه. This hadith in the collection of Imam Muslim rahmatullah alayh, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling us, whosoever plays backgammon, I think this is the word, or dice, so as if he had dipped his hand in the blood of the swine and his flesh. As you know, the khanzir, the swine, is haram. Doesn't matter, you're going to bake it or you're going to barbecue it, okay? Swine, we have nothing to do with swine. Not raise it, not sell it, not buy it, not even give it as a charity. So these things that consider haram and consider to be impure, we don't touch it. So the Prophet ﷺ, to show you and to discourage you of touching this dice, is telling you, whosoever play with it as if he had dyed it or stick his hand in the flesh and the blood of the swine. In another hadith, is saying that whosoever did so, that means play with the nandashir or the dice, indeed he had disobeyed Allah and His Messenger. Right? Whosoever play with the dice, indeed he had disobeyed Allah and His Messenger. So again, like we said, doesn't matter if it's a game or for earning money or taking a chance, okay, gambling, you could not use the dice at any term and any reason. Now, before I close here, that there is an issue concerning shatterang, playing chess, okay? The scholars, they have different opinions about it, okay? Especially if it's free from any form of gambling. And they said because they understand it beguiles the people from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And some people, they said because it's something good, because it make you think how you understand you can solve the problem, okay? You know, Kish Malik and all these things, and now you've been see how to move your, so, and some of the Sahaba understand say that ما هذه التماثيل التي أنتم لها عاكفون. It says this is like a statues and idols, and that you're sitting there praising them and worshiping them. And these things in actuality, my dear respected brothers and sisters, which is the scholars have different opinions about it, okay? The chess game, regardless if it has gambling, the winner will win. If you win, you get the whole money. If I lose, I lost my money and you took your money and my money. No, we're talking about people playing chess game without money. Is still, at least we say, is not preferred, not encouraged in Islam. Because the reality is that we are not here for play. Okay? Allah created us for a purpose. And we understand we live in a time that people need a lot of help about their education, about their training, about their mannerism and behavior. So when our Muslims have time to be wasting, and enough you understand that we have TVs and the internet and little children walking now with a cell phone and tabs, and they do not have any time, you understand, for salah. And after this, so really we have, even if it's okay, that we shouldn't have it to be like it have to be part of our daily activity. We are people that we concern, because time is your capital. You are nothing but a time. You are nothing but a time, like a piece of ice. And every time you leave it and the sun hit it, it melt, it melt, it melt until there is no more ice, is water, is gone in the ground. So this is the same thing, your life. So when you sit and put in your time in playing, I understand if a person in the weekend for half an hour, okay, he sit and play, have fun with the children or wife and husband or your close friend. But to be a habit like in some of so-called Islamic country, that the people have places every night. And guess what? They sit, play it for 2, 3 hours. They don't get up They hear the adhan. They don't even get up to make the salah. It's very serious. But like I said, these things which scholars they have differences opinion about it, it's better for us to avoid it because we don't have time to waste. You don't guarantee tomorrow. So you need to always make investment, and the best investment that you put your time is something beneficial for yourself, for your family, for the Muslim community, for the general benefit of mankind, inshallah. Nevertheless, inshallah, we can continue more tomorrow as well. If Allah will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can talk more about. One thing that I close with it, that Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu an, but this is one of the opinion of the scholars where they said they could not use the chess game, is saying, he says that is worse than the dice. Imam Malik rahmatullahi alayh narrated that Ibn Abbas, he was in charge of an orphan, and he have found in his property the dice game. So he took it and break it and throw it away. So if it's permissible, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu is not going to take the property of the orphan and destroy it. Same thing as example, if you became a wali over somebody and his father left a musical instrument part of his property, you could, and he's a child, and you are in charge of his property. You are not supposed to go and sell this piano. I don't know how you say it in English, but you know, it's a musical instrument that you keep playing with your finger on it and produce the music, called piano. I don't know what you call it here, instrument. So this is to be destroyed. You could not sell it and make money, say this is the money for the orphan. No, because this is haram income. You are not supposed to buy it, you are not to sell it, you are not even do have anything other to destroy it, because this mazamir al-shaitan, the sound of the Satan. With this, inshallah, I think we have enough for today. Thank you for being here. If anybody have any comments or correction, I don't mind to hear it. Or you can contact me, Imam Adly, #1 at yahoo.com, inshallah. Thank you very much for being here. See you tomorrow, if Allah will. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Again, for the last time before I close, if you have any comments, question, correction. All right? You have a good one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.